everyone. Welcome to SceneDaily.com and the post-race wrap-up. I'm Steve Waid. Okay, all of you out there who thought that Matt Kenseth would win the first two races of the year, please raise your hand. Hey, put your hand down there, Matt, okay? Well, that's true. Matt Kenseth has won the first two races of the season. He won the Auto Club 500 at Auto Club Speedway, and he also won the rain-shortened Daytona 500. He's the first driver to win the first two races of a season since Jeff Gordon did it in 1997, and he's the fourth driver to do it in NASCAR's modern era, which began in 1972. Richard Petty did it in 1973, Cale Yarborough accomplished the feat in 1977, and again, Jeff Gordon did it in 1997. Now, Kenseth's victory keeps Roush Fenway Racing perfect in February races at California. They have now won 5 straight. Greg Biffle did it in 2005. Kenseth did it in 2006 and 2007. He's now 3 out of 4. And, of course, Carl Edwards won the race last year. Now, Kenseth gave all the credit for his victory to his pit crew, which is what he should have done.
Just great team, great pit crew, great engines. Just you need everything to go right really to be able to win these races. And you know, our car handled really good all day, and we had excellent pit stops. About our fourth one from the end, we were a little bit off, and I started complaining, and then all of a sudden they got me 3 or 4 spots every stop. So the pit stops were really important to our outcome. Their adjustments were really important. We were a little off, even though we got in front. We got ran down and passed, and I don't even know what they changed. Drew and Chip came up with changing a couple things, and you know, got it just good enough there at the end. It wasn't easy, but it was just good enough to hold them off.
On lap 209, 41 laps from the finish, Kenseth's crew got him on the track ahead of Gordon. Now, although Gordon pushed him hard, he couldn't get around him, and he wound up in second place. Gordon has now gone 43 races without a victory. That's the longest losing streak of his career. Kyle Busch, he made history by winning the Camping World Truck Series race and the Nationwide Series race in a single day. Now, his bid to make it a California sweep came up just short, as he wound up in 3rd place. Greg Biffle overcame a mistake in the pits when he ran over his air hose to finish in 4th place, and Kurt Busch rounded out the top 5. Now, Kenseth is the 2003 Sprint Cup champion. He's obviously off to a great start this season. Will this be a repeat championship year for him? Well, there's at least one driver who thinks Kenseth is going to be pretty hard to beat.
Tonight was, to me, a sign of what we're going to see more of this season. Those guys were incredible in the pits. You know, I mean, you know, he was good on the track. They made some good adjustments, but I feel like if they didn't get out front, it would have been a different race. And you know, they're off to a great start, and I think they're going to be really strong this year. I mean, I have so much respect for Matt. You know, I've always and we've had our differences over time, but I've always had a ton of respect for what kind of race car driver he is tonight. I tell you, you know, that you can say that the pit crew won the race tonight, but Matt didn't make one mistake. I put a lot of heat on him. I drove as hard as I've driven in a long time, and he didn't make any mistakes. I mean, maybe one little slip up, but just wasn't enough.
Okay, it's early in the season, but let's take a look at the point standings where things are interesting. First, of course, is Matt Kenseth, and 81 points behind is Jeff Gordon. Kurt Busch, he's 3rd and 91 points behind, as is Tony Stewart. Now, Tony Stewart has 2 top 10 finishes on his new team. Greg Biffle is 5th, Clint Boyer is 6th, Michael Waltrip is 7th. Holy smokes! David Reagan is 8th, not surprising there. Carl Edwards is 9th, still in it. Juan Pablo Montoya is 10th, another holy smokes. Elliott Sadler is 11th, and David Rudiman is in 12th place as we go into the 3rd race of the season. Now, in California, trouble struck a few of the guys we thought would be firmly entrenched in the top 12 in points this early in the season. Kevin Harvick, Mark Martin, and Dale Earnhardt Jr. all suffered engine problems. Harvick wound up 38th at California, Jr. was 39th, and Martin 40th. So here's how they stand in points, along with some other notables. 15th is Denny Hamlin, who finished 8th in points last year. Jimmy Johnson, who's bidding for a 4th straight title and who finished 9th at California, is 19th. 27th is Mark Martin in his first year with Hendrick Motorsports and who's after his first career title. 30th place, Jeff Burton, who wound up 7th in points last year and finished 32nd at California. And 35th, Dale Earnhardt Jr., and many say this is a critical season for him at Hendrick Motorsports. Next up, it's Las Vegas, and can Kenseth do it again? Well, it should be noted that he won there in 2004. Well, that's about all the time we have for the post-race wrap-up. I'm Steve Waid. Thanks for joining us.